Skill 6. Listening for time. Time, questions 1 to 6. Questions 1 and 2.
Good afternoon, class. There have been a number of questions about the time for our final exam. As you know, this class regularly meets from 2:30 until 4 Wednesday and Friday. Some of you have realized that during exam week there is a different schedule, thence the questions. Our final exam will be on Wednesday of exam week. It is scheduled to start at 1:45 and should last about an hour and a half. So you'll be out of here at around 3:15 or so.
Questions 3 and 4.
Could you tell me what time the train to Chicago leaves?
The next train is at 5:15.
That's a long wait. It's only 3 now. What time does it arrive in Chicago?
The trip is a little over 6 hours. It arrives at 11:30. Questions 5 and 6.
Hi, Cindy. I wanted to see if you could meet me for lunch tomorrow.
Let's see. Tomorrow's Monday. I have a Spanish class in the morning. Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Let's meet at 12.
Well, I have a haircut at 11:30. Better make it 12:15.
12:15. Great.
I'm so glad we're getting together. I'll be really nervous because I have a job interview in the afternoon. You can help me get ready for it.
You know what's good for nerves? Exercise.
I have my exercise class tomorrow at 4. That should help.
So my name is Muhammad Rizki Fauzi. I'm gonna answer the skill 6, listening for time. After we heard the conversation for the number 1, the answer is B, because the speakers say that the class regularly start at 2:30 on Friday. And number 2, what time will the final exam begin? The answer is 1:45, because the speakers said the final exam will start at 1:45 at Friday. Now, next question, number 3. What time will the next train leave for Chicago? From the speaker, as we can hear, it said that the train left for Chicago at 5:15. And number 4, what time will it arrive in Chicago? The speaker said it will arrive at 11:30. So the answer is C. Next, for number 5, the answer is 12:45. Because from the first woman, it said that better make it 12:15. It's will be great. It means that 12:45. Question number 6. The answer is 4 p.m. Because the speaker said I have my exercise class tomorrow at 4. That should help.
Skill 6. Listening for time. Date. Questions 1 to 6. Questions 1 and 2.
The City Museum of Art was established in the year 1898. It first opened its doors to the public on August 15th of that year. There was a spectacular opening celebration, but it wasn't held until later in the year, on December 1st to be exact. Now, the reasons for the delayed celebration are very interesting.
Questions 3 and 4.
All right, Mrs. Katz, I just need a bit more information to complete your application. May I have your date of birth?
It's 22nd September.
Your husband's name is George, correct?
Yes, and he was born on 7th July.
Questions 5 and 6.
We're thinking about going to Silver Lake this year. When do you think is a good time to go?
Well, most people don't like to go in July or August because it's so hot then. September is too. I think the most popular time to go is October.
Is that when you plan to go?
Actually, no, we can't get away till November this year. We've made our reservations for then, and we're leaving on the 7th.
So I'm gonna answer for the question 1 and 2. Track 10. City Museum of Art opened on August 15th, 1898, and the opening celebration on December 1st, 1898. Because the speaker said the City Museum of Art was established in the year 1898. It first opened its door to the public on August 15th of that year, and there was a spectacular opening celebration, but it wasn't held until later in the year, on December 1st to be exact. And the next question for number 3 and 4. Insurance application. Applicant name for Priscilla Katz, and her husband name is George Katz. Date of birth for the question number 3 is September 22, and her husband date of birth is July on 7th. Because the speaker said when the receptions asked for her data for more information to complete her application, like her age, her date, and also her husband date. Like here she said, her date is 22nd September, and her husband date name is George, and born on 7th July. And next question for number 5 and 6. For number 5, which is the most popular time to visit Silver Lake? The answer is October. October, because the speaker said asked for the guy which month is good to go to the Silver Lake. So the guy said that not pretty sure on July or August because it's so hot, and also September. So he think the most popular time to go to the Silver Lake is October. And number 6, what day will the man live for Silver Lake? The answer is 7 November, because he said that they had the reservation, so they're living on the 7th November. Next track.
Skill 6. Listening for time. Day. Questions 1 to 6. Questions 1 and 2.
Hey, Jim, are you going to history class?
No, I don't have history today. I have English.
It's Monday. Are you sure you don't have history today?
Yeah, I have English today and Wednesday. My history class is on Thursday.
Just 1 day a week for history, huh? Not bad.
Questions 3 and 4.
We're very glad that you're considering becoming members of the Urban Exercise Club. I'm sure you'll want to sign up for membership after you've enjoyed this afternoon here. Since today's Thursday, you could have a tennis lesson. The tennis instructor is here twice a week, Saturday as well as Thursday. You're lucky it's not Friday. You'll be able to enjoy the steam room. It'll be closed for its weekly cleaning tomorrow.
Questions 5 and 6.
Let me remind you of your assignments for next week. Don't forget that the final exam has been rescheduled, so it'll be on Friday instead of Thursday. And you have an essay due on Tuesday. You should have a lot to study over Saturday and Sunday. Don't forget that I have office hours on Monday afternoon in case you have any questions.
So the next track for the track 11, it's about day. Question number 1 to 6. Question 1 and 2. The question is, class schedule for Jim McDonald for the English on Monday and Wednesday, and history on Thursday. So because the speaker said that he don't have history that day, only has the English, and also he said that he has English today and Wednesday, but for history class is on Tuesday. The next questions for number 3 and 4. There are tennis lessons at the club every Thursday and Saturday. The steam room is closed every Tuesday. Because the speaker said he pretty sure he want to sign up for membership after he's enjoyed this afternoon here, and since today's Tuesday, he could have a tennis lesson. The tennis instructor is here about twice a week, Saturday as well as Tuesday. So he'll be able to enjoy the steam room, and he said that it will be closed for its weekly cleaning tomorrow. That means it's Tuesday. The next question for number 5 and 6. For number 5, when is the final exam? The answer is Friday. Because the speaker said the final exam has been rescheduled, so it will be on Friday instead on Tuesday. And number 6, when is the essay due? The answer is Tuesday. And the speaker said that you have an essay due on Tuesday.
Skill 6. Listening for time. Year. Questions 1 to 6. Questions 1 and 2.
John James Audubon, the famous naturalist and painter of birds, was born on the island of Haiti in 1785. In 1803, he went to live in the United States. He was a self-taught painter and supported himself for a while by painting portraits. His famous work, Birds of America, was first published in England. Later, in 1842, Audubon published a version of this work in the United States. He died in 1851.
Questions 3 and 4.
That was a really interesting lecture on Maria Mahoney. I really admire her for being the first woman governor of our state.
Yes, she was an admirable person. Let's go over our notes. I put down that she was born in 1808.
Not 18, 19. She was born in 1908.
Whoops. Okay then, but I have this right. She became governor in 1967.
Are you sure? Wasn't it 1957?
No, 1957 is when she first decided to run for office, but she didn't win an election until 1967.
Questions 5 and 6. The university began construction of the library in 1985. It was expected to take just 2 years, but by the end of 1987, the library was only 3/4 completed. Finally, by the summer of 1988, construction was finished, and the new library opened in August of that year.
The next track for track 12 is about year. Question 1 to 6. The answer number 1 is 1803. Left Haiti for the United States. The speaker said in 1903 he went to live in United States. He was a self painter and supported himself for a while by painting portraits. And this number 2, the answer is 1851. Because the speaker said later in 1842, Audubon published a version of this work in the United States, and he died in 1851. Number 3, when was Maria Mahoney born? The answer is 1908. Because the speaker said when the speaker one asked said she was an admirable person, and I put down that she was born in 1808, but the woman said not 18 but 19, so she said that she was born in 1908. Number 4, when did she become governor? The answer is C, 1967. Because the woman said that the man said that she became governor in 1967. So the woman not really believe that what he said. She make sure that is it not of 1957. Question number 5. Library construction was begun in 1985. The answer is 1985, because the speaker said that the university began construction of the library in 1985. It was expected to take just 2 years, but the end of 1987, the library was only 3/4 completely. Number 6, the construction was finished in, the answer is 1988. Because the speaker said that finally by the summer of 1988, construction was finished, and the new library opened in August of that year.
Skill 6. Listening for time. Season. Questions 1 to 6. Questions 1 and 2.
Tourists visit the region only during certain times of the year. The winters are not harsh, but it rains a lot then, and the temperatures are quite cool. Spring is quite a bit less rainy than winter, and the temperatures are warmer, so many tourists like to visit then. Summers are hot and dry, so hot that most tourists stay away. They return in the autumn when the weather is still dry, but not as hot.
Questions 3 and 4.
Wow, Josh, I can't believe you hiked the whole mountain range. When did you start your trip?
Well, you can't leave too early in the spring because it's still late winter in the mountains then. Most hikers start in the late spring, and that's what I did too.
And then you hiked all summer. What's summer like in the mountains?
It's not too hot, and you can see a lot of wildlife, especially later in the summer when the birds start to migrate.
Must have been winter by the time you finished the trip.
Not quite. It was late in the autumn, which is almost as cold as winter in the mountains.
Questions 5 and 6.
I'd like to sign up for the beginning Japanese class.
I'm sorry, all our Japanese classes are full. Fall is the busiest time of year here at the language school.
Well, then maybe I'll wait until next summer to take a class.
That would be fine, but I recommend enrolling early. Summer is almost as busy as fall.
Really? Well, when is your least busy time of year?
Spring is a quieter time, but we have our lowest enrollment in the winter.
Next track, for track 13. It's about season. Question 1 to 6. Question 1 and 2. The number 1, the answer is winter. Because the speaker said that the winters are not harsh, but it rains a lot then, and the temperatures are quite cool. Based on the statement on the question, the weather is cool and rainy. So that's really connected with what the speaker said. The winters are not harsh, but it rains a lot then, and the temperatures are quite cool. Number 2, the answer is summer, because the speaker said that summers are hot and dry, so hot that most tourists stay away. So the tourism turn into autumn when the weather is still dry but not as hot. Based the weather, the statements in the question, it's connected what the speaker said, because the weather is hot and dry. So it's really based on the speaker. Summers are hot and dry, so hot that most tourists stay away. Question number 3. When did Josh begin his hiking trip? The answer is late spring, because the speaker said for the male, he said that you cannot leave too early in the spring because it's still late winter in the mountains then. Most hikers start in the late spring, and that's what he did too. Number 4, when did he finish his trip? The answer is late autumn, because the speaker said that from the male, it said that it's not too hot and not quiet. It was late in autumn, which is almost as cold as winter in the mountains. Next questions. Number 5. The busiest times of year at the language school is fall, because because the speaker said that fall is the busiest time of year in Japanese class at the language school. And next question, the least busy time of year at the language school is the answer is winter. Because the speaker said that he said that maybe he'll wait until next summers to take a class. So next summer, it means the winter. Thank you.